We have come to the end of 2025, and as usual, after trying out so many keyboards, I'm sure you guys are curious what are my top 5 keyboards of 2025. This time around, I'm not gonna rank them in any specific order because we have HE keyboards now, we have normal keyboards, and these two things I feel are very different categories. So these 5 keyboards that I'm about to mention are just my favorites throughout the whole year. So one of the first keyboards I want to talk about is the Neo 65 Sonic HE. $115 for a fully built, fully assembled Hall effect keyboard with all the features that it had. It had a full aluminum body, a beautiful stainless steel weight, and the disassembly is a uni case, so it's very similar to the Neo 60 core, Neo 65 core. It's a lot like a custom keyboard but with the gaming features that we love from Hall effect. On top of that, the sound really stood out compared to other Hall effect keyboards. We had a carbon fiber plate, internal dampening, and there was no PE sheet. We only had a case foam and plate foam. And that basically got rid of any unwanted hollowness, and with the correct set of keycaps, it sounded basically like a custom keyboard. In terms of build quality and specs, the Neo 65 Sonic HE was one of my favorite because it basically had a perfect merge between custom keyboard features and Hall effect features coming all together. And of course, the price point was a huge factor, $115. I feel like it's a really justifiable price for what they are offering. So Neo 65 Sonic HE, if you haven't seen it or heard of it, do check out the full video for that. Alright, to finish up the HE list, I don't want to dabble too much into HE, but this isn't technically HE either. We're going to talk about TMR. So the two keyboards that I've tried for TMR is the Fun 60 and the M1V5. It's basically a budget and a more premium option depending on what you want. In my opinion, the Fun 60 is where it's at. For $50 and what they're offering with all the TMR benefits that compare to Hall effect, the Fun 60 is something that you will really enjoy. On top of that, all the different kind of switches that you really like to use on your custom keyboards that you could never use on your Hall effect, you can now use on TMR keyboards. And that in turn just makes the whole thing sound so much better because you're not limited to Hall effect magnetic switches only. And the last benefit of TMR, depending on what kind of setup you have. TMR uses way less energy, so wireless connection is very viable and is being implemented into TMR. Now, enough about HE, we're gonna move on to normal custom keyboards. And we have 3 keyboards left. I tried to keep it into 3 separate budgets. So we're gonna go from a budget one to a mid-range to an expensive one. So for budget, it's none other than the Lucky 65 V2. At its price, in Southeast Asia, you're looking at $39. Otherwise, in the US, it's $89 to $100. But either way, Lucky 65 V2, with all the features it has and how it sounds, it's probably the best budget keyboard I've tried in 2025. It had triple mode connection, a full aluminum body with a beautiful back weight. It had double shot PBT keycaps, the coconut latte switches, the FR4 plate, gasket mounted, ball catch system, basically the full foam kit, and you can basically mod it into anything you want. I even used it in the video where I created this year's thockiest keyboard. Basically, this is the perfect gateway keyboard, so if you don't own one, then Lucky 65 V2 is the perfect stepping stone for you to get into it. Now moving on to our mid-range, we're looking at $120 to $140, and it's none other than the Neo 65 Core Plus. For its price, for what it's offering, and what it looks like, what it sounds like, it is my favorite of 2025. It's a uni case, so it's just one singular case, no top frame, no bottom frame. It's very different from keyboards in the market nowadays. It had nice curves, it had a copper bottom, and in general, it just had a really nice clean silhouette to the case, which I really liked. Now, the design on the back as well, it keeps things really classy, really clean, and looks really minimal. And aside from the looks, as I mentioned, the sound of it is really good. It was made with an acoustic chamber in mind that some would want to do a foamless build. It was also made in mind that some of us do like thockier builds. They provide all the foam you want. It had plates that you would want to create different sound profiles. It's the GOAT. Now, the last keyboard, technically the most expensive keyboard on this list, is coming in at $260 to $300, and that is none other than the Neo AT-CU. I know I reviewed the Nama and the Hellcat Alice and blah blah blah, but it's not really that justifiable to pay $700 or like 4 digits for a custom keyboard. If you didn't know, the Neo CU series focuses a lot on the essence of a custom keyboard, like back in the old days. So it focuses a lot on the premium side of things, but still keeps it within a reasonable price. And on top of that, 80%, otherwise known as TKL, is one of the most popular layouts in custom keyboard. It's like the perfect balance between function and form and function. So a quick refresher of the AT-CU. Starting from the top, we have an anodized finish that comes up really nice. The main design aspect is the star ring accent light. It's crafted from aluminum alloy with a triple edged finish and has a small stainless steel piece inside with a mirror finish that surrounds it. It legitimately looked like a piece of jewelry, and I haven't seen something like that on any other custom keyboard. From the side view, we have a nice contrast between the top and bottom case, and it merges perfectly with very nice and gentle curves, creating this really nice elegant silhouette that premium custom keyboards always have. And one of my favorite things about custom keyboards is when they try to incorporate different materials or different colors into their top frame and bottom frame, which is what the Neo AT had. Aluminum, copper, and stainless steel all blended together really well in our top and bottom case. The keyboard was built with the intention to run foamless builds with the acoustic chamber and the weight of 4.5 kilograms, so 10 pounds. So if you are a clacky enjoyer, you've been in the hobby for a while, then you should highly consider getting a Neo AT-CU, or basically any CU series except 75, because 75 was the first one and it wasn't really optimized as much as the AT-CU now. So yes, these are the 5 keyboards that have left me with the deepest impressions and also my favorite keyboards of 2025. So if you guys are interested in any of the keyboards I've mentioned, I'll have them all linked down below, and you can also check out the full video for each specific keyboard that I've mentioned because I have reviewed all of them. Aside from that, we have come to the end of the video. Subscribe. We are really close to 120k as I'm filming this, so give me a few more subscribers. Subscribe, it's free, makes my day. Aside from that, I hope you guys had a good 2024 and I'll see you guys in 2025. Peace.